Rover on Monday, Dubai by Wednesday. A life advertised as CEO and boss babe.
No way. No way. I want to see the receipts.
But what if I told you that everything you saw was rented, borrowed, or worse, stolen? Welcome to South Africa's $70 million secret. I tracked the country's most famous slay queens and the men who financed them. I found court documents, repo orders, and confessions that reveal the price of that perfect life.
A nightmare. Literally a nightmare.
It's not paid for with hard work. It's paid for with massive fraud, political corruption, and exploitation. You've followed them. You've liked their posts. Now you need to see the moment it all collapses. From the multi-million rand mansion of Faith Nketsi to the toxic betrayal of Sithelo Shozi. This is the true cost of clout. Stick around. I'm following the money trail nobody talks about, and it starts with the woman who wrote the rules. The OG herself, Khanyi Mbau.
Nikki?
Part 1. The blueprint, the 3 lies of the soft life. Behind every designer bag and Dubai trip is a formula. The system runs on 3.
Mind you, these are the people that young women look up to. Young women are inspired to become and live like these people. It's your boy Troy Bang. I'm back with another video. Now this video is exposing the fancy life of influencer, lifestyle influencers, the most famous. We're talking fraud, we're talking, people with connections, funding this fake lifestyle. For what reason, we're about to find out. Let's jump into this video.
3 core lies that set the stage for the massive fraud that followed. 1. The lie of the golden cage, Khanyi Mbau. The OG herself, Khanyi Mbau, was the blueprint. She taught a generation that glamour
She's like an OG.
economic lever. In 2005, she met businessman Mandla Mthembu, who was more than 30 years her senior. By 2006,
as always the case,
flaunting matching Lamborghinis, lavish vacations, and the kind of lifestyle most could only dream about.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
But the gold came with a price tag. Khanyi later admitted that her attraction was rooted in a need for validation. She called it daddy issues.
With my noise, I'd push him to the edge and he would start beating me.
Yeah.
He threw me down the stairs and that's how I got into labor and my daughter was born.
And behind the designer bags and flashy photos, the relationship was toxic. She claimed he would lock her in the house and even strike her during her pregnancy.
This is the danger about dating men with money. To them, you are not just in a relationship, you are his property.
A nightmare. Literally a nightmare.
So behind the glamour, behind the fancy lifestyle, there's always something behind that. And this is what most of these influencers don't tell young women. That behind all of this, there's chaos,
First
there's danger,
lesson of the slay queen economy.
there's misery.
Perception can hide pain, and glamour can mask control. Khanyi was publicly adored, but privately trapped. Yet this was just the beginning of the formula she was perfecting.
Where I need to be human, I'm not.
Next came Thunis Kraus in 2009, who gifted her a BMW Z4, only to later call dating her a huge mistake, branding her manipulative. Two, the lie of the hustle, zodwa wabantu. The next evolution of the blueprint came from someone who refused to hide the transaction, zodwa wabantu. She was 11 when her mother died, and by 16, she left home to hustle for survival. Zodwa made her body, her confidence, and her willingness to push taboos her brand. What made her pivotal was her brutal honesty.
Guys, if
she openly admitted that she once turned to transactional relationships just to survive. Some may say it's prostitution, she said, but I was hustling.
I mean, let me ask the audience.
She leaned into spectacle, controversial dance.
But it is a form of prostitution. It's not that people don't say it like it is. They call it a transactional relationship. It's prostitution at the end of the day. If you give me sex and I give you money, how else do we define prostitution, guys? Like, you know, it always baffles me whenever people say it's not really prostitution, but you sleep with me, I give, you know. And remember when Zodwa was all that? I wonder where is Zodwa. Like, I haven't heard much about her in the last few months or even the last year, since last year. Like, where is Zodwa, guys?
The behavior that you exhibited was whore-like. The whore jumped out, and then it jumped back in.
You know, like, and the thing about this is that you come in and you move. You know, there's so much you can. There's so much that you can do for men to stimulate them that once they get used to you, they move on to the next thing. Yo.
Moves where she performed without underwear. The moment that sent shockwaves through the continent came in 2017 when she posted a painting in front of Robert Mugabe and his wife. Mugabe publicly denounced her, banning her from performing in Zimbabwe. Zodwa refused to delete the post. She learned early that controversy only adds to your power and attention is currency. The lie she proved was that you could outrun the system by being honest about it. But even honesty doesn't shield you from public scrutiny, financial strain, or legal consequences.
What the fuck is this? Is this a joke? Shut up, you little prick. Don't piss me off, you know.
3. The lie of the professional influencer, Tebogo Thobijane and Inomorolong, the next generation of slay queens, led by figures like Tebogo Thobijane, turned the image of the soft life into a professional, monetized business. Tebogo's social media was a gallery of expensive trips and perfect wealth. The perception of effortless wealth did not hold up when Thobijane relocated to Dubai. She released a statement hitting back at media reports, but in the process, she revealed the exhausting cost of maintaining the illusion. She openly vented about the steep prices of everyday life and even wrote that her misery seems to be a popular narrative, while simultaneously asking, if I'm struggling financially, donations are welcome. The mask was further stripped away by the woman who was once her friend, Inomorolong.
You calling me a pimp?
She confirmed the transactional reality, detailing the devastating consequences.
There was a lot of country. There was a lot of country.
The high standard look. Get into a lot of debt.
A lot of women, 53%, more than half said, I'm very worried about my debt levels. And this increases significantly for single mothers, so 65%.
Hide their pain and often suffer from depression. She was explicit. Some women do get abused by some of the blessers and get stuck and stranded in foreign countries. This professional mask cracked completely when Thobijane's high-profile relationship with businessman and tender tycoon Vusimuzi Kat Matlala later led to him facing charges for allegedly conspiring to murder her.
The state argued that he is the mastermind behind the attempted hit on his former partner, Tebogo Thobijane.
The feud between Morolong and Thobijane confirmed the dark truth. The soft life is a high-debt job, and the boss is often a crime boss.
See, I'm telling you, I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but you know, I'm so creative like that.
The old blue
And it's like this. They always go for the hustlers, they call them. The hustling boyfriends, as they call them. You know, the ones who do, and these are the type of guys that are willing to spend 30,000 or 50,000 on a bag because they steal their money. See, an honest living and honest working guy can never spend like 30,000 on a single bag. When you have, like, you don't even work for 30,000, man. You work for like, you get paid like 7,000, 8,000. Of course, you don't match up. That's where these hands end up with these, thugs at the end of the day. And they come back when things is falling apart, and they like, we should feel sorry for them. But now I feel like, they should just go back to other thugs. I mean, like, there's no. And one thing, there's a sad thing about these women is that once they get run through, no one wants them. They will fall for some guy, shame, some guy, shame, or Taba Mohana, I struggle, and never care, and love of my life, I found my ways, I've changed my ways. But we know who you were. We know how we used to move.
Shake that booty right
now. So for guys who fall for these hands after they've been through all they've been through, it's sad. Because they go for these stags, they go for these guys who afford. But after these guys are done with them, the poor guys are left to, with the scraps. Ba no feleletsa, ba topa ba feleletsa, wa nyala wena o tshwere mosadi.
blueprint was said. But what is it about the quest for the soft life that turns the aspiration into an active criminal enterprise? Part 2. The scammers emerge. The criminal enterprise. The blueprint was set, but the pursuit of the soft life quickly turned aspiration into an active criminal enterprise. The new breed of slay queens started selling the lie, but they were also the first victims of a far more sinister game. The first warning shot came from an insider, author Jackie Famotse, a former slay queen herself, pulled back the curtain on the whole operation.
They don't care. It's not about a woman's vagina or how sex feels. You pour alcohol on them, you pee on them, your dogs are sleeping with them.
A nightmare. Literally a nightmare.
It's just...
Her book, Bear the Blesser's Game, was a field guide to fraud and exploitation. Famotse broke the illusion by describing what really funded the soft life. Not brand deals, but money siphoned from government tenders, syndicate operations, and counterfeit networks.
These brand deals aren't exactly always what they seem to the viewer. So,
according to her, many elite blessers were connected figures. Businessmen tied to corrupt municipal structures, politically exposed individuals, and crime bosses who used women as cover to move money and silence questions.
No, it's true. It's true.
The slay queen became a laundering tool. A designer bag bought with stolen money looked exactly the same on Instagram as one bought through legitimate wealth. And the comments never asked who paid for the flight, the penthouse, the watch.
Yeah, that's another thing,
Became part of
that's another
the
thing.
system. She could be fed gifts that were essentially washed transactions. Assets used to...
We never stopped to ask questions.
she forged documents to get a portion.
Then came the scams run by the women themselves. Take Sian Bougie, the influencer who found herself at the center of a storm when a too good to be true job scheme in Russia exploded across social media. She promoted the Alabuga Start program.
Bienvenue à Alabuga Start.
Presenting it as a glamorous opportunity abroad for young women. Her followers, mostly young women, saw only the polished videos and the promise of international adventure. They didn't see the red flags. Reports soon emerged that some recruits ended up in exploitative conditions, forced to work in factories under strict surveillance, sometimes with passports confiscated and freedom severely restricted.
What happened to this case anyway? Where did it end up? Like, were the girls found again? What happened? Or was it just bullshit? You know, so like, was it a distraction? What happened to his story? And yet, I guess Vosa and Bushi, they're still out as influential as ever after this. You know, one thing I hate about, modern times is that we quick to turn a blind eye. When someone is fine, when someone is cute, she has a nice ass, we just quick to say, move on. I feel like there was supposed to be like drastic action. People like Sain Bush should have been cancelled. People like this, or Jake, they should be just rubbed off the internet, just disappeared, because they are influencing young women's, overall worldview, and they're not even telling the truth. Because the truth is, we all know that the money is not coming from the brand deals. We all know that the money is coming from somewhere, So there are people that, are born in wealth and the money's, they're in the family. They've got the deals with the brands, but, the money's there in the family. And there are these ones that, they have to work for everything. But what about these hands who go to Dubai? This hand has been living a life like she's been a world-class influencer, even when she began to, since day one. How? Tell us how. You want to know why, how, where. They never said anything. So this video is showing us the real truth behind. But some of us already knew. And a lot of young women will just ignore videos like this because they call it hate. Today's world calls it hate. They call it coming after the women who strive, who work hard. Women who work hard don't fly to Dubai every 2 months, 3 months. Women who work hard don't drive Porsches. They drive Obama Harvard.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know about that. I'm not sure why.
They don't drink expensive alcohol because they work hard for their money. Not these hands that just live balling every week, every day, different restaurants. Yeah.
Allegations swirled that the work could even have been linked to Russia's war industries.
We are humans and we make mistakes. So it wasn't for money. I didn't get paid.
Tyann herself
did
content and issued
cancel this hand.
Admitting she had
even if you say I hate this hand, I have a problem with
swift. Brand deals vanished. TikTok account was banned. She had sold
everywhere
into an exploitation pipeline.
No, she's like right behind me. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, are you like poor? No, I'm like asking because like your mom drives the Dodge Caravan and you eat breakfast at school. Like, are you like poor?
Instagram, YouTube, remove these people. When you post, when they post, remove.
She had built a career on modeling.
Everything gets banned, removed.
Own reality show have
Her marriage they even give them like reality shows.
To wealthy businessman Nzuzo Njilo appeared to seal her status in the blesser economy. Their lavish traditional ceremony made headlines. But by 2023, that image crumbled. Njilo was accused of high-profile fraud.
You fool, damn fool, bulu.
Including allegedly selling a truck he never delivered. As details emerged, the luxury Hyde Park mansion was vacated, reportedly put up for sale, while Njilo slipped into hiding. Posts were deleted, tagged photos vanished. The lavish life was scrubbed from public view. It was evidence in a criminal case. The blessed life was erased to hide where the money really came from. Part 3. The collapse. When the benefactor pulls the plug, we've seen the illusion and the scam. But what happens when the money runs out or the benefactor disappears? This is the total collapse. This is the most painful example. Sithelo Shozi, the established DJ, entered a relationship with Andile Mpisane. While Sithelo was in her mid-20s, Andile possessed the unimaginable Mpisane fortune. His mother, Shone Mamkize Mikize, owned a literal football club. This was reverse slay queening, where the woman was older, but the power and financial leverage were all on the side of the wealthy young man.
B-boy.
Sithelo secured the car.
Still dating and it says what
And 2 children. But in the world of the dynastic blesser, the slay queen is not the wife. She is an optional lease, perpetually existing under the threat of eviction. This is exactly what happened in December 2021. While Sithelo was posting about commitment, 20-year-old Andile shocked South Africa by having a surprise engagement and wedding on the same day to another woman. He used his unlimited resources to instantly and humiliatingly replace her. The humiliation continued. Sithelo went public with domestic abuse allegations, releasing graphic images. Whispers emerged that the alleged abuse was tied to a miscarriage. The powerful Mpisane family allegedly demanded DNA tests for the children. And the BMW that symbolized her status? It was reportedly repossessed.
Fuck my ex, fuck my parent, fuck the government, nigga.
Part 4. The system, the economic engine of the lie. We've now seen the full cycle, the illusion, the scam, and the collapse. But is the
What this video is highlighting is that there's a price for everything. Nothing comes easy, bro. Especially to the women out there who want the easy life. You gotta work your way up in this world. Don't just wake up unless you were born in it. Then just live the lavish life. Women, in reality, like every man, every woman needs to work. Don't just come in and say, me, I want the lavish life. I want to live soft and don't want to even put in the work. You gotta sweat. So if it comes easy, just know something is wrong.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
That's why a lot of women find themselves even victim of these rituals, which has to be one of the next videos that I should do. These money rituals that, a lot of women find themselves lives messed up through finding themselves in toxic relationships, being just pieces in a man's world. Wake up, ladies, wake up. There's no such thing as easy life, especially in this world. There's no such thing, unless you are born in it. That's why a lot of these guys with money, they're willing to spend because they know they do fraud. And a lot of men are going to find themselves in this situation because they want to get into fraud so they can impress this type of women. They want to risk their lives. And you know what happens as soon as you get to prison after doing all these frauds? They don't check up on you. They just move on to the next one.
You fool. You fool. Damn fool.
Let's try with you, man. Take care of yourselves out there. This goes out to both ladies and gents. You gotta work for what you have in this world. You gotta work for what you're gonna own. So nothing comes for free, nothing comes easy. With that said, and with this video done, I'm gonna leave it here and say until the next video, guys. It's your boy Tlohi Banger. Shop.